one of the best critiques anyone has ever given me, and that critique actually came from P. Diddy.
I think that if you roll in undercover, right, there's no need to, because I think the opportunities are endless if the truth can set you free.
What do you think about the undercover community?
I think that if you roll in undercover, right, there's no need to, because I think the opportunities are endless.
Hero stood shoulder to shoulder with Meek Mill.
I'm at a point in my life, like, we all grew up in the streets, and we try to be better, but they labeled us felons, sent us back to jail. I had to fight against that the whole time to gain my respect and be who I am today, and I'm proud of that.
Nicki Minaj has remained completely silent throughout the ongoing Meek Mill and Diddy controversy, but that silence might be the most...
When you saw this lawsuit that made it seem as if perhaps Diddy and Meek Mill had sex?
I mean, to each their own, and why would they not have sex when they're gay rappers?
They.
Do you think Meek Mill's gay?
Robbing Diddy is terrifying, because what if he's there? You break down the door, he's butt naked on the couch. Meek Mill sitting on his lap, just petting him like a Maltese cat.
They're real bad. They get to calling each other all kinds of crazy names. This corny dude starts spitting on. I said, yo, you crazy and shit. I told him right then and there, you lost your mind. Man, that nigga put her out in the woods. We was all the way out Jersey somewhere in the woods. Nigga put her out the house, it's dark and shit. I had to go out there and get her. She cried right here. Am I lying, Nicki? Ask Meek's sister. She was there, and her baby father. He was there too. Am I lying, y'all? His mom was there. His mom, yo, I ain't lying.
Most powerful move yet, after Jaguar Wright publicly claimed that Nicki was the source behind...
Put that out to here. That Nicki recorded that at the freak off in the Calabasas.
Hey, what's up, King Son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love
the now infamous audio allegedly capturing Meek and Diddy in a compromising situation. Online investigators quickly began piecing things together, and the evidence doesn't seem to favor Meek Mill at all. While Nicki has made no official statements, the timing of everything is raising serious questions. The way it's playing out, it almost feels calculated, like Nicki may have been holding on to this piece of information for years, waiting for the exact...
But I think, I don't think I would be the artist that I am today without the experiences that I had in New York City. One, just being in a new place where I would have to adjust, right? I didn't have the comfort of home. All these experiences just readied me for life. So greater than just being an artist, that man helped me understand life. He helped me understand what it was to be an artist. He helped me understand what it was to be passionate about something. He helped me understand culture.
Right most to dismantle Meek's carefully constructed public image. A calculated silence can speak louder than any post or tweet. This comes as Meek tries to reshape the narrative, positioning himself as someone manipulated.
Now, Meek is in the same shirt. He's out there in the same shirt. This is not Photoshop. This is really happening. I'm just saying to you. No, stop.
Crazy. I pulled up to her crib. I was in that 19 Mercedes. I got this bad bitch from LA. She be fucking me so crazy.
Nicki put that out to here. That Nicki recorded that at the freak off in the Calabasas. She been waiting to drop that shit on Meek.
Oh,
She just wasn't gonna tell nobody it was Diddy. But now that Diddy out there, why not?
So then who's the guy who's claiming he recorded it?
Oh, somebody that got paid?
Yeah, he said, like, I was standing outside the door.
To New York City. And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp?
Yeah, that's what it was called. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
By Diddy. But if it's true that Nick
hire to have sex with Cassie in front of him for the freak-offs, I looked at every last picture of those men. Not one woman was hired. Diddy is gay. Okay? Diddy likes men. If you look at all those men, all those pretty ass niggas that he hired, he likes men. Okay? He likes men. That's why he was treating the women so badly. He dating multiple women and shit because he can't be with a man for real.
Why are you doing bunny hops, Meek? Because you got your ass beat in tennis. You got your ass beat. Keep going. Count out loud. Count out loud. Huh? Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Don't cheat on your bunny hops. They suck. Your bunny hops suck.
I don't drink, so I was playing that shit off like I don't fucking drink. I smoke, nigga. Like I smoke and I had my own weed, but like everybody was passed out. Yo, Diddy had that man in the room. Look, yes, I put my ear to the fucking door and I brought the phone because Diddy started going in overdrive. I ain't know what the fuck was going on, but I just heard balls slapping against ass cheeks. I heard niggas struggling to take dick. I heard niggas being like, yeah, daddy. When he started all that daddy this and daddy that, and then I heard some hollering and struggling like, yeah, I kept the phone there and I recorded all that shit because I was like, this nigga Diddy rich.
Yeah. What does that sound authentic?
It absolutely. Oh my God.
You get these vulnerable people, parents are letting you do this because they want to make it so badly. Yeah. And then you record them probably and say, if you do anything, we got this on.
He released the audio, then she knows firsthand how far things may have gone.
You know, what's this, the blender, the mixer? I forgot this one.
Mixer.
The mixer. Can y'all hear me good? Can y'all hear while this is on? Somebody just asked a wild question.
Correct.
Was Puffy really a fun boy?
Listen, I never seen him in the act with another man alone. Now, he's that type of dude, he'll take his girl, his baby mama with you and your girlfriend and your mans in them, and they'll go out and they do all kind of freaky shit with each other together. You know what I'm saying? The only fun boy shit that I ever seen him do, we was in one of those
That detail alone shifts the entire conversation. It's no longer just about viral clips or cryptic messages. It's about potential long-term fallout. And if Nicki finally decides to speak up, this could mark the beginning of the end for Meek's credibility in the public eye. Back in March of last year, a certain audio clip surfaced that sent the entire internet into a frenzy. It quickly changed the tone of the conversation. A leaked audio recording allegedly captured a moment between Diddy and Meek Mill.
you know, like he just stopped and he just started picking this shit up off the aisle, and he was getting he went up there like several times just getting shit down, and so then I pinned in on what he was, where he was getting it from, and because I was just staying a couple of feet behind him. So when I went by, I looked up. I said, "Yo," and I seen the shit up there and it said butt plugs, and I said, "Yo, my man, what'd you get this shit for?" And the nigga said, "Yo, on everything I love, man." He said, "Yo, Rec," he said, "Yo, can I do my shopping by myself?"
Yo, hold on. You know I'm with the shit. We love Eric TV.
That nigga said, "Can I do my shopping by myself?" I start dying.
Yo, did this nigga G say he was with Puff in a sex shop and he watched him buy some butt plugs? Like, hold on, pause.
You would be like, Diddy has don't like, you was like, Diddy has don't like Meek Mill. You was like, Diddy has don't like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you'll be like, Diddy has don't like. I'm saying, so I got a show, Diddy has don't like was, like Meek Mill, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I puss a look of like Diddy.
That quickly escalated into widespread speculation. The content of the clip didn't suggest anything platonic, and social media users immediately began dissecting every second, analyzing the voices, sharing timestamps, and breaking it down on podcasts like they were in a courtroom.
What's this, the blender, the mixer? I forgot this mixer, the mixer. Can y'all hear me good? Can y'all hear why this is on? There. Oh, somebody just asked a wild question. Go ahead. Was Puffy really a fun boy? Listen, I never seen him in an act with another man alone. Now he's that type of dude. He'll take his baby mama with you and your girlfriend and your mans in him, and they'll go out and they'll do all kind of freaky stuff with each other together. You know what I'm saying? The only fun boy thing that I ever seen him do, we was in one of those.
Meek Mill responded swiftly, claiming the clip was artificial intelligence generated. He called it a deepfake and described it as part of a highly coordinated smear campaign. In a series of posts, he suggested he was being targeted for having a powerful voice and blamed the situation on bots, digital warfare, and coordinated attacks. He tried to frame the situation as an elite takedown, but many online weren't convinced. Long before the audio surfaced, speculation about Meek Mill's unusually close connection to Diddy had been circulating. These weren't just industry-related connections. There were reports of hugs, private gifts, frequent travel together, and what appeared to be an overly familiar dynamic between the two. The signs had already raised eyebrows, so when the audio dropped, it didn't come as a surprise for many. It confirmed long-standing rumors. The real shock came next when Jaguar Wright entered the discussion and leveled a bold accusation. She pointed directly at Nicki Minaj, claiming she was the one who recorded the infamous audio during an exclusive party at a Calabasas estate known for its wild atmosphere and off-the-record behavior. Wright alleged that Nicki had held on to the recording for years, waiting for the moment it would cause maximum impact. With this new claim, the narrative began to shift dramatically. The source of the leak and the reason behind it became just as important as the tape itself. Her exact words suggested she had been waiting to drop that audio on Meek Mill. Let that sink in. If the claim holds weight, then Nicki Minaj had allegedly been holding on to that explosive recording since their breakup, strategically waiting for the perfect moment to publicly undermine him. And now, with everything surrounding Diddy unraveling fast, the timing doesn't seem random. Jaguar Wright also claimed that, initially, Nicki didn't plan on exposing Diddy at all, just Meek, but with Diddy's public image and empire collapsing, there was no reason left to keep his name protected. Suddenly, the recording surfaced. Meek appeared to scramble in response, and Nicki reportedly remained silent, calm, collected, engaging online like nothing had changed. While some observers dismissed Jaguar's statements as sensational, the narrative shifted dramatically when an old interview clip of Nicki re-emerged in a quiet podcast moment. She made a comment that hadn't raised red flags back then. She mentioned that Meek likes controversy and seemed comfortable being involved in messy situations. At the time, it came across as a light jab. Exotic shops. Yo, I'ma turn this out 'cause this was funny. We was in Atlanta. We go to those exotic shops where you get all kind of, like, they buy oils, dildos, spooky, yeah, you know what I'm saying, all kind of stuff. So they would just give him a brown paper bag and they wouldn't even, he never put his stuff out on the counter. When we get ready to take it out, he would always just give a man a wad of money, so they just thought it cool, so they give him a brown bag. He'll go through there. So one day I was walking down the aisle with him, and so then he just stopped and he just started picking this stuff up off the aisle. Maybe just a passing comment, but now that soundbite is circulating widely, and its meaning feels different. Some viewers believe it was a carefully crafted hint, a calculated move meant to foreshadow what was coming. That one sentence now feels like a setup for everything that followed. The conversation quickly escalated online. Users began suggesting that Nicki had it up. Nicki's playing chess, Meek's playing Connect 4. The narrative was shifting fast, and the internet was connecting dots at lightning speed, and truthfully, the internet might not be wrong. With lawsuits escalating and Meek Mill's narrative shifting week to week, Nicki Minaj is beginning to appear as the one figure who saw everything coming long before it happened. When the Nicki leaked it theory started gaining traction, Meek's response was immediate and telling. He didn't stay calm. He visibly panicked. Shortly after the audio clip went viral, Meek took to social media claiming his reputation was under coordinated attack. But it wasn't just frustration. He announced he was offering $100,000 for a full-scale investigation to uncover who was behind what he described as a smear campaign. He mentioned Calabasas, directly implying that these narratives were coming from inside the circle. He demanded names, answers, and accountability. But to many observers, the move raised more questions than it answered. Critics pointed out that offering that much money to prove innocence can look suspicious, especially when tied to allegations this serious. Instead of putting rumors to rest, it triggered even more doubt and speculation. Some commenters remarked that, if Meek truly had nothing to hide, there wouldn't be a need for a six-figure reward. The gesture came across more as damage control than a genuine effort for truth, and that impression only deepened when fans uncovered something even more curious. Meek had quietly deleted older tweets where he once defended Diddy. Those deleted tweets painted a different picture in them. Meek publicly supported Diddy, praising him and even calling out people who were speaking negatively about him. Yet now Meek appeared to be creating distance, changing his stance and rewriting his association with someone now under major legal scrutiny. This flip-flop in public messaging only fueled more online speculation. Was Meek trying to protect himself ahead of more leaks, or was this a strategic retreat as the courtroom spotlight grew hotter? Either way, the internet took notice and questions continued piling up faster than answers were coming in. Now suddenly the narrative shifts. Meek Mill is deleting past statements and suddenly playing internet detective. It's raising serious questions. Why now? Why try to scrub the timeline clean? Then came the lawsuit filed by Lil Rod, a document packed with allegations that left the entertainment industry stunned. Within those pages, one line stood out and froze social media in its tracks. It described a Philadelphia rapper who previously dated Nicki Minaj allegedly engaging in undisclosed favors with Sean Diddy Combs in return for upward movement in the neighborhood. The music business, with few fitting that description, the speculation intensified fast. That line alone lit up the blogosphere and reignited scrutiny around every past interaction between Meek and Diddy. Now, rewind to the 2014 birthday party at the Parisian Palace in Las Vegas. On the surface, it looked like another celebrity bash, but what unfolded behind closed doors turned the narrative much darker. This wasn't a typical bottle-popping event. According to multiple sources and reports, Diddy threw a lavish celebration for Meek Mill that night, but the aftermath painted a far different picture. After the party ended, the mansion's property manager, Jason Haight, reportedly discovered an appalling scene: broken glass, powder residue, blood-stained linens, and discarded condoms scattered throughout the estate. It didn't look like a party, it looked like a disaster zone. No one ever expected to become public knowledge. The conditions described in those reports shocked the public. They suggested something far more chaotic than a standard night of celebration. What once sounded like internet exaggeration was now being backed by documented witness accounts and legal claims. Even more jarring were the names reportedly tied to that night, both Meek and Diddy. And despite all of that, Meek still went online afterwards and publicly defended Diddy. He tweeted, "Support doubled down on loyalty and framed the backlash as unwarranted." But in light of everything that's emerged since, that defense is now being re-examined under a very different lens. Was it loyalty? Was it fear? Or was it an attempt to stay in the good graces of someone with undeniable power at the time? The questions continue to grow, and with a federal trial in motion, many believe the answers are coming sooner than expected. He tweeted his support, wishing Diddy innocence and standing behind him, while the internet demanded accountability, but not long after fans started calling it out. That same tweet quietly disappeared, deleted, gone without explanation. It was the kind of move that made people pause and ask serious questions. Why issue public support, then erase the evidence, unless the aim was damage control before things got worse? That tweet's vanishing act didn't go unnoticed. It signaled something bigger to many. It wasn't just a deleted message. It looked like an attempt to sweep the timeline clean before prosecutors or the public could use it as a receipt. Suddenly, a post of solidarity turned into a symbol of retreat, and just when things seemed to be settling, the internet brought back a moment that refuses to be forgotten: the infamous Daddy clip. In that viral footage, Diddy turns to Meek with a smile and says, "You deserve it, Daddy. I love you."
Got our fucking goose down the panty. and saying impossibly get not the fucking grooves down me.
It wasn't just what he said, but how he said it. The tone was soft, personal, and unmistakably intimate. While some might write it off as a generational quirk or a harmless inside joke, the vibe told a different story. The interaction felt uncomfortable for many viewers, especially in the broader context of everything happening now. This wasn't an isolated moment either. Diddy has displayed similar behavior in public before. That includes the infamous Drink Champs episode, where he kept calling grown men daddy while reminiscing about private parties and late-night escapades. Even the podcast hosts were caught off guard, laughing nervously as the atmosphere grew more awkward. Put that alongside the reported birthday party footage, the deleted tweets, the leaked audio, and the sudden narrative reversal, and it all starts to feel more calculated than coincidental. What once seemed like a handful of strange moments now looks like a timeline filled with red flags. People aren't just reacting to clips anymore, they're connecting dots, re-evaluating past interactions, and asking tougher questions about the dynamic between Meek and Diddy. What was the real story behind their relationship? How deep did the connection go, and